In this podcast, we will explore products distributed by Cotelec, a French leader in the component testing market. We will present information about EPT, a company specialized in the design and production of electronic connectors for a variety of applications. For instance, the Colibri connector, an SMT interconnect system, is designed to meet the requirements of ComExpress applications. EPT also offers connectors for various industrial applications, such as industrial automation, medical technology, aerospace, and transportation. For any information, please contact Cotelec's engineers.
Ever feel like?
You need a decoder ring just to understand electronics these days.
Yeah, tell me about it. This stack of EPT documents you sent over, full of schematics and specs.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot.
But you're clearly onto something with these high-speed connectors.
It's like they're the hidden wiring of our whole tech-driven world.
Absolutely.
But lucky for us.
We've got an expert to help us untangle it all.
Yeah.
Ready to decode some of this together.
Absolutely. And you're spot on about the connectors being hidden. Think of them like
the nervous system of a device.
relaying vital information at lightning speed.
Okay.
We just don't see them because they're often tucked away inside.
Okay, I love that analogy. But before we get to the really cool stuff like KIP-specific connectors,
Sure.
how about we tackle some of the jargon?
I'm talking like SMT versus through-hole, pitch.
Right.
Stuff that even tech enthusiasts might need a refresher on. What do you say?
Give our listener a little crash course.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start with SMT and through-hole.
So imagine you're building a circuit board.
Okay.
SMT, or surface mount technology, is like precisely placing a tiny sticker.
That's your connector
Uh-huh.
right onto the surface.
And it's all about saving space.
Which is crucial for sleek gadgets, densely packed electronics.
Your hole's different. It's more like,
Using a rivet.
okay, I got it.
So the connector's pins actually go through the board.
And are soldered on the other side.
So this method really prioritizes sturdiness.
So it's perfect when connections need to withstand a bit of rough and tumble.
Gotcha. So SMT is for saving space. Through-hole when durability is key.
Exactly.
Now, what about press fit? That sounds a bit more forceful,
It does, doesn't it?
but it's actually very elegant.
Picture snapping two Lego blocks together.
Okay.
That satisfying click?
Yeah.
That's press fit in action.
So the connector pins are just slightly larger than their holes in the board.
Creating this super snug fit when pressed in,
And this method, we avoid the heat of soldering.
which speeds up manufacturing and can even lower costs.
Very cool.
All
Skipping the soldering step. I like it.
right, on to pitch.
The documents mention it in relation to signal integrity in board space.
Right.
Almost sounds like we're talking about baseball here.
A little bit, yeah.
Instead of a baseball diamond.
Imagine those tiny connector pins as like parking spaces for data,
Okay.
and the pitch is basically the distance between these spaces.
So the closer they are, or the smaller the pitch, the more data you can fit.
In a small area. But just like parking in a crowded lot, things can get messy if those data cars are too close together.
Leading to signal interference.
So it's all about finding that sweet spot, right?
Exactly.
Between cramming in as much data as possible, but also making sure that data can actually flow smoothly.
Right.
Speaking of flow, what about mating cycles?
Does that have anything to do with robots falling in love?
Not quite, although I do love where your mind goes.
Mating cycles really refers to how many times you can plug and unplug a connector.
Before it starts to wear down.
Okay.
It's a testament to their durability.
Some of these connectors can handle hundreds, even thousands of cycles.
Wow. So it's not like those flimsy phone chargers that seem to fall apart after a few weeks.
In this podcast, we will explore products distributed by Cotelec, a French leader in the component testing market. We will present information about EPT, a company specialized in the design and production of electronic connectors for a variety of applications. For instance, the Colibri connector, an SMT interconnect system, is designed to meet the requirements of ComExpress applications. EPT also offers connectors for various industrial applications, such as industrial automation, medical technology, aerospace, and transportation. For any information, please contact Cotelec's engineers.
These connectors are built to last.
Absolutely. They're robust.
Finally, let's demystify shielding.
It might sound like something out of Star Wars.
But it's actually about protecting those precious data streams.
From an invisible enemy.
Electromagnetic interference or EMI.
EMI sounds ominous.
It can be.
Imagine EMI as a kind of static or interference.
Like when your radio can't find a clear signal.
Okay.
Shielding acts as a barrier around the connector.
blocking out that stray electromagnetic noise that can actually corrupt the data,
It's essential for ensuring that data travels quickly and accurately.
especially for things like high-speed internet or complex medical equipment.
Now that we've got a handle on the lingo,
I have to say, I'm blown away by the variety of connectors that EPT offers.
it's like they have a solution for every high-speed data challenge out there.
They really do, and
That speaks to just the incredible range of applications.
from, the medical field to industrial automation.
Every sector has its own unique needs when it comes to data transfer.
It's fascinating.
It really is. So let's dive into some specifics.
I'm particularly intrigued by this Colibri connector.
The document mentions it's designed for these things called COM Express modules, which, to be honest,
I've never even heard of.
don't worry, most people haven't.
Think of COM Express modules like incredibly compact, super-powered computers.
Almost like a credit card packed with processing power.
They're used in everything from self-driving systems to those high-resolution medical imaging machines.
Okay.
Now you're speaking my language. So these little modules are doing the heavy lifting.
In all sorts of high-tech equipment.
They are.
Where does the Colibri connector fit in?
It's the crucial link.
The Colibri connector is what allows those COM Express modules to communicate with the rest of the system.
That blazing fast speeds.
We're talking 10 Gbps or more,
That kind of speed is what makes real-time data analysis possible.
which is essential for things like
Self-driving cars making split-second decisions,
Okay.
or doctors getting those crystal-clear images instantly.
exactly.
So Colibri is all about speed and high-stakes performance.
It is.
What about this 127 connector family? It seems like they're geared toward a different set of needs.
You're right on the money.
While Colibri prioritizes speed for those really demanding applications.
The 127 connector family is all about robust design and user-friendliness.
They're used across a whole spectrum of industrial applications where reliability is absolutely essential.
Think factory automation, energy grids, that kind of thing.
Yep.
In those settings, you need connectors that can withstand
Yeah,
harsh environments and constant use.
absolutely.
And what's really interesting is that 127 is designed to be compatible with connectors.
From other manufacturers.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
huge, right?
That's huge. It's not being locked into a single supplier.
It gives you that flexibility and peace of mind.
Exactly.
It reflects the importance of industry standards.
Which ensure different components can work together seamlessly.
Speaking of flexibility, let's talk about FlexiLink BTB.
Okay.
This one caught my eye because it claims no soldering required.
In this podcast, we will explore products distributed by Cotelec, a French leader in the component testing market. We will present information about EPT, a company specialized in the design and production of electronic connectors for a variety of applications. For instance, the Colibri connector, an SMT interconnect system, is designed to meet the requirements of COM Express applications. EPT also offers connectors for various industrial applications, such as industrial automation, medical technology, aerospace, and transportation. For any information, please contact Cotelec's engineers.
And as someone who has attempted to solder before, that's a very good thing.
I can only imagine.
What makes that possible?
FlexiLink BTB connectors utilize that clever press-fit technology.
We talked about earlier, remember that satisfying click?
I do.
This means they can be assembled quickly and easily without needing heat or solder.
It's faster, less prone to errors, and allows for more compact designs.
Plus, think of the cost savings in manufacturing when you can eliminate soldering.
Faster, cheaper, smaller. It's a win-win-win.
Right.
Okay, last but not least, we've got to talk about the THTR connector.
The document mentions something about DIN 41612 IEC 606032.
Yes.
Got any insights on those?
Absolutely, those alphanumeric codes might seem like gibberish.
But they're actually really important.
They refer to industry standards that ensure connectors from different manufacturers will be compatible.
Think of it like a universal language that all these components can understand. Now, what makes EPT's THTR connectors stand out is that they're built to withstand the intense heat of reflow soldering.
Reflow soldering, that rings a bell.
Could you refresh my memory?
Of course.
Picture a wave of heat washing over an entire circuit board.
Melting the solder and creating all the connections at once,
It's super efficient for mass production.
but generates a lot of heat.
EPT's THTR connectors are designed to handle those high temperatures without breaking a sweat.
Ensuring smoother manufacturing and ultimately more reliable products.
It's incredible how these Seemingly small details.
Can have this ripple effect on the entire manufacturing process.
And even the final product's quality.
Absolutely.
It's like a hidden world of precision and innovation that
You rarely get to see.
you've hit the nail on the head.
And believe me, the deeper you dive into the world of connectors,
The more fascinating it becomes.
it's not just about tiny pieces of metal, it's about the crucial role they play in shaping our technological world.
We've covered a ton of ground here.
From decoding that jargon to exploring depth's lineup.
And even touching on those broader industry trends.
But I have to ask, what does the future hold?
For these tiny but mighty connectors.
Are we talking a future where they're so small you can't even see them?
That's the million-dollar question.
And one that engineers are grappling with right now.
As we move towards a world of interconnected devices, the Internet of Things,
Right.
those demands on connector technology are only going to intensify.
The Internet of Things, it's almost a cliche at this point, but
We're really talking about a world where everything is connected, right?
we are.
Your refrigerator, your car, your coffee maker, your toothbrush.
Even your toothbrush. Absolutely.
And all those devices need to talk to each other, which means
a massive web of connections.
Right.
We're already seeing a shift towards wireless communication.
but even in that future, connectors will still play a vital role.
Really? Why is that?
I thought wireless communication was the be-all and end-all solution.
Wireless is fantastic for many things,
Don't get me wrong.
but it has limitations.
Wired connections, those reliant on connectors, are still superior when it comes to speed,
Reliability and security.
especially for critical applications where data integrity is absolutely paramount.
Okay.
Think about things like
Medical devices, financial systems, aerospace applications.
Right.
Those can't afford any hiccups in data transmission.
makes sense.
So connectors aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
They're here to stay.
They are, but how will they need to evolve to keep pace with this hyper-connected future?
What does that even look like?
Well, we're going to need connectors that are...
Even smaller, faster, and more robust than anything we have today?
They'll need to handle even higher data transfer rates.
Operate flawlessly in even more extreme environments.
And be even easier and cheaper to manufacture.
Right.
It's a tall order for these tiny components.
But innovation never sleeps.
It's like a never-ending quest, right?
It is.
For tinier, more powerful connectors.
What are some of these technologies on the horizon that could make all this possible?
One exciting area is in new materials.
Okay.
Scientists and engineers are hard at work researching advanced polymers and even...
Carbon nanotubes?
These materials could pave the way for connectors with incredible strength, flexibility, and conductivity.
We're also seeing a lot of promising research.
Into optical connectors.
These use light instead of electricity.
To transmit data at speeds that make traditional electrical connectors look like snails.
Optical connectors using light, that sounds like.
Something straight out of Star Trek.
It does, doesn't it?
But it's not science fiction anymore.
Optical connectors are already being used in some high-end specialized applications.
Wow.
And as the technology matures,
Becomes more cost-effective.
we could see it becoming much more widespread
This whole deep dive has been an incredible journey.
into the world of connectors.
It has.
Who knew there was so much to uncover?
Behind these seemingly simple components,
It's a testament to the fact that even in the most unassuming corners of technology,
there's a universe of innovation waiting to be discovered.
absolutely. So next time you connect your phone to a charger,
Or plug your laptop into a monitor.
take a moment to appreciate those tiny connectors working tirelessly behind the scenes.
They truly are the unsung heroes of our digital lives.
And who knows what the future holds?
Maybe one day those connectors will be so advanced
So seamlessly integrated.
that we won't even notice them anymore.
The future of connection.
Full of possibilities.
That's something to ponder, listeners. Until next time, keep those connections strong.
In this podcast, we will explore products distributed by Cotelec, a French leader in the component testing market. We will present information about EPT, a company specialized in the design and production of electronic connectors for a variety of applications. For instance, the Colibri connector, an SMT interconnect system, is designed to meet the requirements of ComExpress applications. EPT also offers connectors for various industrial applications, such as industrial automation, medical technology, aerospace, and transportation. For any information, please contact Cotelec's engineers.